You guys know me as Branden Bodendorfer, the creator and founder of the Key to Success planning system, a planning system built for personal and professional use. But what you may not know is over the last few decades, I've been working to build businesses, selling, growing marketing, reaching people in several different ways across many avenues. And throughout that time, writing has been something that's been very important to me. Being able to communicate digitally has been something that has made success happen. However, it's something I really struggle with. If you look back at my ACT scores in high school, I would be excited to show you my math and science skills. I might even be brilliant. But when you add in the element of English, I often come off as someone that is just kind of and that is because, not that I don't have strong English skills, but I've always taught everybody is you focus on your strengths. No matter if you're planning for success, you're working through an action plan, you work on the things that you're good at and you bring people into the fold that can counteract your weaknesses. And English has been something I've just struggled with. If it be small grammar errors, spelling errors, I mean, we all make them, we're human, but I've just been someone that's really kind of struggled with that. And over time, I've spent a lot of energy proofing out emails, asking for people to see my communication before I send it so that I could come off as professional. Because first impressions are everything. Often when I would go knock on doors and cold call people, that first person I met, that first impression, really determined if I made the sale happen or not. And as the digital age has evolved, our first impressions have become digital. Getting in front of somebody in an email or in a letter or a website or anything that you're doing that's electronic, that you're writing out your words, you have to come off as someone that is professional. You have to come off as someone that knows what they're doing and can speak for the intelligence that they have, because ultimately the person on the other end is looking for someone to aid them through a process. Well, I am happy to tell you that I found the holy grail to complete this. Grammarly has changed the way I conduct myself in business, the way that I sound when I'm presenting who I am. And today I'm going to show you not only the tools that we know that commonly come with Grammarly, but some of the new AI features that really enhance your writing styles, your tones, and give you a professional advantage over everyone else in this digital space. So let's take a look at Grammarly and some of the premium features that are going to help you stand out in your professional world. As we break down Grammarly, there's a number of things that we're going to introduce today, and some of those things are going to be in a free edition as well as a premium edition. Some of the things that are important to know about the free edition includes the things that we commonly know Grammarly for, with sentence structure, spelling, but also there is some really helpful AI tools that help you rewrite some of your messaging so that you can come off sounding a little more different, and even give you some ideas on how to change what it is that you're writing. The premium feature introduces a whole section of different opportunities, such as being able to help you create content, integrate with other apps, and even change some of that tone structure in what it is you're saying. Today, guys, I'm going to show you how I use Grammarly in my email communication, as I use it for social media marketing, and how I communicate online. I'm going to show you how I do it across several different devices, because that's really important. You want to make sure that your tone is consistent, not only when you're at your desk, but also like when you're on your phone and on the go. So many times I'll start a social media campaign at my computer, and then I'll find that I'm responding to individuals on my phone, and I want to be able to make sure that I carry that same professionalism across all of those spectrums of devices. So we're going to look at those things today, and if you stick around to the end, I'll even show you a few tips on how you can take Grammarly to the next level. So let's first look at some of the email communication that I do. Now, when I am in my email browser, a lot of things are on my mind, but most importantly, I want to get the bullet points out. I want to get that information that I want the customer to know that I'm saying. And a lot of times as I'm going through the cadence of saying that, it's not well written. It doesn't present itself very well. Not only is there some spelling errors, but the tone is inconsistent. I want them to feel energetic, excited. I want to be persuasive in what I have to say. And more times than not, I'm so focused on trying to get the structure of the sentence right, I forget about the excitement that goes on the other side for the individual that is consuming this information from me. So that is where Grammarly is really helpful. I can write out my entire email. I can go through and spot check some of the spelling and errors that are occurred inside that email communication. But then I can go to work. I can go ahead and ask the questions. What is it that I want to change? Is there any other ideas or suggestions that might make this email more fluent? And that is the power of using Grammarly and some of the AI tools. Not only am I able to convey the bullet points and message that I want to get across, but I'm confident in the sentence structure and spelling. But with those AI tools, I can build out a persuasive message that's exciting for the customer to see and brings clarity to the entire message of what we're having a conversation about. As I get into my day and get through emails, social media becomes a heavy influence in what I do. And I don't want to find myself copying pasting messages from one app to another to ensure that the quality of what I'm writing is professional. I want to be in the app. I want to be responding to people, diving into messages, and starting conversations and having confidence what I'm saying is coming off clear and the tone is mannerful for the conversation that I'm having. And that's what's so great about Grammarly. It really seamlessly integrates into all those tools, if it be in the app or if it be in a web browser of those social media platforms. And this allows me to make sure that my sentence structure, my spelling, and my tone is consistent across all my messaging when it comes to social media. This allows me to keep my attention on the message I want to convey on social media. I'm allowing Grammarly to step in and help fill in the gaps of my weaknesses. I know I'm not strong in English, and I'm not a great writer, but I know I have a message that I want to convey, and by allowing Grammarly to help me in that, I find myself as someone on social media that people feel confident following. Everything we talked about with email and social media is the things I do at work, but I want to be professional and have a clear message outside of that. I commonly send text messages, and so many times or not, the messaging doesn't come through as I wanted it to. The spelling and structure isn't there. And with Grammarly, I'm able to start utilizing that in my daily communications. We've seen some of the memes of people that have had horrible communication on text messaging, and they're absolutely funny, but I don't want to be the sender of that message. And that's what's so great about Grammarly. It integrates with over 500,000 apps and websites. So when you really think about that seamlessness of you being professional at work and at home and wherever you go, Grammarly is a great solution. I can be in my Messenger app, sending text message and utilizing Grammarly to help me. I can be in a Word document and updating information there. And again, sound professional, have tone, be able to help recreate some of the content so it comes off as more structured or even more exciting and persuasive to read. And I can do this across like business messaging programs like Slack. So many times in Slack, there's so many different people that are reading this message, and you might have a solid relationship with one individual or even two individuals in that group. But when there's 20, 30 people that are reading this, you want to make sure your tone is something that doesn't come off as rude or is not decisive. You want to be able to get your message sent clearly. And with Grammarly, that tone is going to be consistent across all of your messaging. And that is one thing that I was really excited to share with you guys, is the fact that there's probably an application out there that we use every day with the planner, and that is OneNote or GoodNotes or NoteShelf. And in these applications that we're using, we can start to use Grammarly to help with our note-taking process. We can go ahead and take notes in OneNote and select that text and utilize Grammarly to help restructure the content, help recreate our thoughts, our ideas. We can even take that content we created and duplicate it in other tones and use it for other types of messaging. This is so powerful in sales. We know sometimes we need to speak to our audience, and with Grammarly, we can have a different tone with the different audiences that we're reaching. And inside OneNote, we can create the collaboration of notes for the different messages that we're sending. Example is if we want somebody to respond to a product or service review, we can set up different tones with Grammarly and still indicate all the bullet points that we feel that are important to convey to the customer. Breaking down Grammarly from the free to premium edition. With the free edition, you're going to get that grammar, spelling, and conciseness, as well as being able to detect your tone. With the premium edition, you're going to get everything that's included in the free edition, plus you're going to get that tone suggestion, word choice, sentence rewriting, and even citations. It's even going to help you with the AI tools to ensure that your writing assistance is there and that you don't have any plagiarism in the content that you're exporting. I encourage you to try Grammarly today. Even the free version is going to help boost your productivity and professionalism and give you the confidence to utilize those premium features to bolster your presence online and your confidence in what you're saying through writing. And one of the pro tips I want to share with you today is how you can use the app actions in Grammarly to help seamlessly bring multiple apps together that you use. So often if I'm in like Calendarly and I'm then sending an email, I'm having to jump back and forth between the different applications to be able to dictate not only the message, but also help schedule an event. And with the app action, I can actually seamlessly bring those two together. And I can do this across a lot of different applications. You can use it in Google Docs, you can use it in Word, you can use it in a slew of Microsoft products, but there's so many different app actions, and that AI that is present even allows you to do things like bring pictures into the conversation and other forms of media through some of the AI generation tools that Grammarly offers. There probably is an app action out there for you, so take a moment, look at Grammarly's website and look at the different programs that you use and see how you can bring some of those together. We talked a lot about Grammarly and all the benefits to it, right? There's so many opportunities here, and I've been like you. I've been on the other side of this camera. Matter of fact, the guy on the other side of this camera for years is telling me, Branden, just install Grammarly. It's going to change who you are online. And I'm like, I'm me. Why would I change who I am? And it's not about changing who you are. It's about bringing the best of you forward. And that is what's so powerful about Grammarly. I know I'm an intelligent person. I know I have good ideas and I can bring value to the people I work with. But my English skills have never been strong, and that has set me back. But with Grammarly, I have overcome that weakness and I can focus on my strengths. And I'm confident that you guys are going to have the same results. Bottom line, if you're a professional, check out the link in the description and see what Grammarly can do for you.